Yo, we back with breaking type news, man. Jay-Z has officially entered the situation. Jay-Z is being sued, civil lawsuit with your man's Diddy, no Diddy, um, over an allegation that occurred in 2000 with a 13-year-old. It sound like, these chumps had their way with it, but allegedly, we don't know. But in any regards, man, bear with us. We're a little under the weather, but we're gonna try to get through this as best as we can. We got the whole doc. We're gonna get through that just as well. But man, Sean Carter, Mr. Jay-Z, Mr. Blue Ivy's father, Beyonce's husband. Huh? How's these conversations? How these conversations been going? Cause y'all knew this was coming down. Y'all knew this already happened. How them conversations going, Jigga man? I mean, enough for nothing, man. It's a crying shame, man. What these dudes do, and once they get to a certain kind of stature, man, you know, um, I for one, grown man, I can't see myself, man, you know, entertaining that type of activity. But again, I ain't with the freak offs. I ain't with the Diddy type stuff, so it don't pertain to me. But in any regards, man, we got a hot one. We got a hot one. Come on in and hit the like button when y'all step in, man, and we gonna try to get through this reading. Um, we've been a little bit under the weather, man. We did some traveling in and out the country, man, a couple of states and so forth, man, throughout the holidays, and we got a little cold, little stuffed up. We gonna be all right though. Um, like I said, we here in the last slide we did, um, which we was talking about DJ Academics and Screwface. We let y'all know, man, we really under the weather, but we gonna try to get through it. We here. We trying new things. We're gonna try to kick in, next year on a better foot. Trying to really understand, man, how to do this here. And we need y'all assistance, man. Just come in and hit the like button and get ready for this Jay-Z um legal document reading. We got it. Um, you know, it's crazy though. Um, we started off like this, right? Um, Recently, as of the 8th, um, another hip hop icon, along with Diddy, Jay-Z, is accused of allegedly assaulting a 13-year-old girl at a VMA's after party in New York over 20 years ago. Man, that's just nasty work. Disgusting. The plaintiff is referred to as Jane Doe. She made these allegations in the revised civil complaint submitted today, Sunday, December 8th, in the Southern District of New York. Initially, it was filed in October with claims against just Diddy, but now the lawsuit has now been, amended to include none other than Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter. Um, in a quick response, Jay-Z issued a statement, of course, denying the allegations and asserting that the plaintiff's attorney had attempted to blackmail him prior to refiling the case. Um, According to the lawsuit, man, the alleged assault occurred after the plaintiff consumed one of Diddy's specials, a drink that left her feeling woozy and lightheaded and, taking commands. And, after, guess after a sip or two, man, they start having their way with you. She thought she was, trying to find a little quiet place to see if she could shake it off a little bit. Um, she entered this room in true Diddy fashion. Every time you hear these things, everything seemed to be like everybody kind of spit like the same ish. She entered the room with just a big old bed in it. I feel bad for the little girl, man. You know, she 13, man. She don't know no better, man. You just got hit with, oh man, the 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 the, the ultimate Mickey, you know. So she trying to find a little spot, man, to see if she could shake it off. 13, she don't know how to shake that off. She hit, and she hit hard. Um, well, she go into a empty bedroom with just a bed. Next thing you know, she said, Diddy, Jay-Z, and a female celebrity entered the room. The filing states that Diddy aggressively approached the plaintiff with a crazed look, grabbed her, and said, "You ready to party? You ready to party?" The allegations go further that Diddy threw the girl against the wall, causing her to fall, and then he threw her onto the bed. That's when Jay-Z allegedly, you know, began taking a 13-year-old clothes off, man. Damn, Diddy, man. Y'all disgusting, man. Damn, Jigga, man. You know what I mean? Um, Man, I don't even care what this chump is saying, man. Let's get into these allegations, man. A lot of this stuff we already done heard. Um, a lot of this stuff we already done read. But this is revised, so we're gonna take it from the top and get all the way through this, man. Um, I appreciate y'all coming in. If you do come in, um, share the love by hitting that like button. That's all we asking for. We ain't out here panhandling nothing like that, man. Um, but hit the like button. That's all. Let's get into this though. So, the United States District Court, Southern District of New York, Jane Doe plaintiff versus Sean Combs, Daddy's House Recording Inc., CO Opco LLC, DB, doing business as Combs Global, Combs Enterprise LLC, Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings, Bad Boy Booking Holdings, Bad Boy Records LLC, Bad Boy Entertainment LLC, Bad Boy Production LLC, organizational does 110, individual does 110, and Sean Carter, the defendant. Hey, it's tough saying that, man. Sean Carter, the defendant. We heard things and so forth, and you never really want to pin the tail on the donkey till you really get, and here we are. We reading paperwork, that Jigga actually been involved. Hey, yo, shout out to Jaguar Wright, man. Shout out to Jaguar Wright. You know what I mean? Um, on some real stuff, man. We got to start covering people like that, man. We got to start like protecting them people, man. You know what I mean? She been telling us for years, years. But um, these chumps dub her to be crazy and this, that, and the fourth. So therefore, once it hit us, she crazy. But shout out to Jaguar Wright for I hope you stay strong, sis. Anyhow, the defendant Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, and aka Love, along with his longtime friend and collaborator, Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Many other many others were present at the after party, but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been Well, hold up. My fault, y'all. My fault. Allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he's above the law. He's not. His close friend, Sean Carter, has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. And Busby going hard. Busby trying to take him down to get that bread. Mm. It says for decades, defendant Combs abused, molested, raped, assaulted, threatened, and coerced women, minors, and others for S gratification, to assert dominance, and to conceal his abhorrent con- conduct. He accomplished these acts by and through a criminal enterprise built on his success as a rapper, record producer, and record executive. Combs is one of the wealthiest musical artists in the world. Behind the facade of being three-time Grammy Award winner, discovering and developing multiple famous musical artists, and ranking on Forbes' list of the highest paid entertainers in the world. There is there exists exist there existed something sinister, a dark underbelly of crime, trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery, prostitution. Combs is a menace to, to society, women and children. While his wealth has kept him above consequences for years, Combs now faces the awesome power of the American judicial system and ultimately a jury of his peers who will be asked to punish him for his deplorable conduct described herein. It goes on to talk about his businesses. We don't need to really get into all that. Um, Says on the surface, each of these businesses served as a legitimate purpose related to entertainment, music, and other subjects. But in reality, Combs, by and through himself and his agents, employees, and contractors, used these businesses to assault, abuse, threaten, coerce hundreds of individuals through quad pro quo schemes, as well as to take advantage of individuals with impunity, thinking the victim would never have any recourse. Man, y'all nasty work, man. Y'all disgusting, yo. Real talk, man. You know, I I don't even. I'm not comfortable reading this, man. But you gotta somehow pass it around so these predators could be caught up. Combs and his agents, employees, and contractors through these comb businesses would tell victims, "This is what it takes to be famous. What are you willing to do to become a star and perform this S act, S act, or else in exchange for the victim performing a non-consensual S act for the gratification of Combs and his cohorts." Members and associates of Combs businesses engaged in and or attempted to engage in, among other activities, S trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for the purpose of prostitution, coercion, and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotic offenses, kidnapping, arson, robbery, and obstruction of justice. The Combs business constituted an ongoing organization where members function as a continuing unit for a common purpose of achieving the objective of Combs. Combs' perverse history of assault and violence. For years, Combs and his business engaged in persistent and persuasive pattern of abuse towards women, men, and minors. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual as part of his pattern of abuse. Combs manipulated both men and women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of S activity with other commercial S workers and unsuspecting partygoers. Combs ensured participation from these individuals by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them with or without their knowledge, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation, violence, and illicit drugs. Combs practically fancied the use of popular date grape drug Ronthal or GHB to commit heinous, non-consensual acts of sexual violence, grape onto countless victims. Combs often would secretly use the drug in a alcoholic beverage served at his parties. Partygoers were forced to consume the alcoholic beverage containing GHB either prior to entering or while at Combs' party. There are also allegations of Combs dousing victims in lotions or similar body oils, also laced with GHB, so that the drug would be absorbed skin through the skin, and make it easier to assault him or her. Further, it is well known that Combs had a practice of lacing water bottles with other substances such as Xanax and distributing them at the parties. Combs' recurred and pervasive physical abuse took place for multiple decades. His tendencies of violence and assaults were well known among his colleagues, employees, agents, and businesses. On numerous occasions, from at least in or about 1996 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women and men by striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at them, and kicking them. Combs also assaulted children both physically and sexually. Damn, bruh. Damn, bro, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. It's like, how you hit, you read it already, man, and then it's just nasty work, man. Nasty work. This is not, diabolical. This is diabolical. It's a good definition of diabolical right here, man. All right, let's keep it going. In 1996, Combs was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a gun. In 1999, he was arrested and charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief in connection with assaulting a record executive. Combs was arrested again the same year for his involvement in a shooting at a club in New York. Another instance of violence occurred at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave his hotel room. When hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff members to ensure their silence. Nasty work. Nasty work. In the past, numerous civil complaints have been filed, but plaintiffs who allege that they had been sexually abused by Combs between 1991 and 2000. In November 2023, three lawsuits were filed against Combs under the New York Adult Survivors Act. Cassie Ventura, as an artist signed to Bad Boy, sued Combs in New York for rape and physical abuse. She alleged Combs facilitated these acts by and through supplying Miss Ventura with copious amounts of drugs and urging her to take them beginning in 2006. Joy Dickinson Neal also sued Combs in New York, alleging Combs rugged her, assaulted her, and secretly recorded the assault in 1991. Liz Gardner, whom Combs met at an event hosted by record label affiliate with Bad Boy, sued him for raping her and a friend in 1990 or 91 when she was only 16. Nasty work, my boy. That kind of hope, man. You know what I mean? These suckers just suffering there, man. Hit him with the whole elbow. In December 2023, an anonymous plaintiff sued Combs in New York for drugging her and gang raping her in 2003 when she was only 17 years old. This victim alleged that employees and business associates of Combs, through their affiliation with Bad Boy Enterprise, lured her to Combs' home, where Combs then raped her. In February 2024, Rodney Little Rod Jones, one of Combs' former producers, sued Combs for forcing him to engage in unwanted S acts and S trafficking, among other allegations. Mr. Jones alleged that Combs regularly drugged others, including minors, by giving them drugs laced with ecstasy, MDMA, and other date grape drugs. Mr. Jones alleged that Combs, in fact, drugged him as well in order to commit an act of S assault. Man, nasty. In May 2024, former model Crystal McKinney and April Lampros sued Combs. Miss McKinney alleged that Combs drugged and assaulted her at his recording studio in 2003, mimicking what has now become a known pattern. Combs promised Miss McKinney to help her with her modeling career in exchange for engaging in S with conduct with him. Miss Lampros, man, this dude, man, an intern at Arista Records, which was an owner of Bad Boy, also sued Combs in May 2024 in New York County Supreme Court for raping her on multiple occasions, secretly filming these acts and showing the recordings to multiple people. Miss Lampros also alleged that Combs ordered her to take drugs on one occasion before he raped her. In July 2024, former adult film star Adria English, who was employed by Combs as an entertainer at his infamous white parties that brought together the biggest names in the music and entertainment industry, sued Combs in the Southern District of New York for S trafficking, alleged that he required her to consume drinks laced with ecstasy and secretly recorded the S acts. In September 2024, singer and songwriter Dawn Angelique Richard also sued Combs. Richard was employed by Combs as part of the girl group Danity Kane, formed by Combs, and later as a key member of Combs' band Diddy, Dirty Money. She sued Combs in New York for S assault, false imprisonment, and for subjecting her to hostile working conditions due to her gender, including degrading comments and threats. Ms. Richards has alleged that Combs regularly supplied others, including minors, with copious amounts of drugs and alcohol and subjected them to sexual acts while they were sedated and unconscious due to the drugs and alcohol. Man, this is nasty work. Nasty work. Hit the like button for me, please. Nasty work. Man. In September 2024, federal grand jury in Manhattan indicted Combs and charged him with S trafficking, racketeering, and the creation of a criminal enterprise in which he abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. See United States of America versus Sean Combs, aka Puffy. I ain't gonna give him all that. Ain't gonna give him all that, man. Nasty work though, man. Nasty work. Nasty work. The indictment explains that Combs' abuse of women and minors was enabled and conspired by the employee resources and influence of multi faceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in attempting to engage in, among other crimes, S trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Excuse me, Combs' long history of violence against women unequiv- unequivocally established that his actions are motivated by gender, both men and women. Combs has profound contempt for women and a desire to dominate both minors and other men. His conduct shows a long-standing practice of disintegrating, threatening, defeating, and attempt to humiliate men, women, and children. His practice and desires are different from men and women and children, but his actions are unequivocally motivated by the victim's particular gender and age. Plaintiff alleges herein substantially minor Combs' prior conduct as established through criminal indictment and other lawsuits through this case. Plaintiff seeks a full measure of justice from a man who thought his power, money, influence rendered him untouchable. Plaintiff joins many other victims by filing this complaint in hopes their common voices make it impossible for Mr. Combs to assault another person ever again. Nasty work, Diddy, nasty work. Defendant Carter is like Combs, a wildly successful rapper and businessman. Carter and Combs have a long history together. Carter met and began collaborating musically with Combs in the 1990s. Combs and Carter rose together to the very top of the hip hop industry in terms of fame and influence by the end of the decade. That decade, excuse me. Combs and Carter were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The two men developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. Together, they attend countless music industry events, events for each other's business ventures, parties, and after parties. Indeed, the two are apparently so close. This is kind of funny. The two are so close. Stated in 2023, hold up, hold up. The two is so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Carter is the only person other than Combs's mother who's allowed to call him by his legal name, Sean. Yo, these dudes is weirdos, man. Straight weirdos. In 2000, near the height of their fame, power, and influence, Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the event alleged in this complaint occurred. Nasty work, Jigga. Nasty work, man. Like I said, we've been hearing the stories, man, and you get like you don't really want, I mean, man, that's my man Jigga. Cough up a lung, Marcy, son. You know, but once it's in black and white, man, here we go. Um, Plaintiff Jane Doe is a female who resides in Alabama. Defendant Sean Combs is a male who, on information and belief, resides in New York City through incarceration in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. On information and belief, at all relevant times, Combs owned and or controlled Bad Boy Entertainment Holders Inc. And all his all that bad boy stuff. Mm. It's all that bad. It's all the holdings. So what she's doing is they ain't really suing Jay-Z's company. They just going at Jay-Z direct. For Diddy, they they trying to get everything, everything, every name he got. So moving, disposing, and sell here. Let me see where we at. West Hollywood, Information Belief, Global Citizens, Delaware, New York, California. And on Information Belief, Combs Global is an alter ego for Combs and or a successor in interest to Combs. Other corporations and or was established or used by Combs for the purpose of moving, disposing of, and or insulting his assets, including his connection with his criminal activities and to avoid liability. Combs Global currently owns, control, and oversees Bad Boys and Combs' other business ventures in the music, fashion, fragrance, beverage, marketing, film, television, and media industries. Excuse me, I told y'all we're a little under the weather, but we're gonna try to get through this just a little bit longer. As part of his renowned Bad Boy record label and brand, Combs has established several corporate entities under the Bad Boy name over the past few decades, including but not limited to Bad Boy. We gotta skip some of this. Some of this stuff don't. Yeah, we're gonna let's see what else they say about Jay-Z. Let's see what else they. Okay, this is just saying. So they like I said, they going at Jay-Z direct. Defendant Sean Carter is a male who is on information and belief maintains residence in both New York and Los Angeles. Defendant Carter is more commonly known by his industry name Jay-Z. Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as a celebrity A. Prior to the filing of his amended complaint, Carter received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, intimidation against plaintiff's lawyer and their families. Wow. Come on, Jigger. Employee and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. This effort was meant to scare plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetrated by Carter. Each of the Combs corporations aided and abetted Combs in committing the unlawful violence against plaintiff described herein. B. Our alter egos for Combs completely dominated by him and used for his personal interest and to engage in wrongdoing which harm plaintiff and others, and or C, serve or have served as vehicles to Combs to move, dispose of, and or insulate his assets, including in connection with his criminal activities to avoid Conversation with the victims of many crimes, including the plaintiff. Excuse me. See what else they say about Jay Z. Jay Z. Let's see. Let's get it. So these are the factual allegations. On or around September 7th, 2000, plaintiff, then 13 years old, had a friend drive and drop her off near Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could try to attend the Video Music Awards. Attending the VMAs was on plaintiff's bucket list, and she believed she could gain entry. Plaintiff arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. Plaintiff was very excited. As the event began, much of the crowd moved inside, but plaintiff, without a ticket, remained outside with others and watched the VMAs on the Jumbotron. Determined to get into the VMAs or an after party, she approached several limousine drivers parked nearby and attempted to talk her way into either. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls, and she said fit what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to an after party. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after party first, but instructed plaintiffs to return to his location after the event, that he picked her up and take her to the after party. Later that evening, plaintiff excitedly returned to the same location and waited for what seemed to her a long time. The driver eventually returned and drove her what he described as the after party. After approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at what she believed to be a large white residence with a gated U-shaped driveway. When in, Once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a document which plaintiff did not read, but which she now believes to have been a non-disclosure agreement. She was told that she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave the men her name and signed a form, but did not receive a copy. Inside the building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd and talk to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she had wanted to see at the VMAs. Waitstaff circulated through the room, carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. But y'all know what it is, coca. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff attempted to accept a drink from one of the waitresses circulating the crowd. The drink was reddish yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of the drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplary container used by Combs and or his agent employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. Man, look at that. Nasty work, man. Nasty work. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms off of it. She entered what appeared to be an empty room so she could lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. This room contained only a large bed with no furniture of any other kind, television or other furnishing. Man, I would have thought that to be spooky right there. Soon after, Combs entered the room, along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity, Celebrity B. Yo, tell me in the chat who y'all think Celebrity B is. Because at the time he was messing with J Lo, so I'm type one for J Lo and type two for whatever y'all want to type two for. But I'm gonna say one for J Lo. All right, Celebrity B. The plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her, and said, "You ready to party?" Combs then threw plaintiff towards a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disorientated. Damn, y'all, man. That's a kid, man. Damn, that's a kid. What was y'all thinking? Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her while Combs and Celebrity B watched. After Carter finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral S on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punched out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs stopped his attempt. When Combs backed away in surprise, plaintiff grabbed her clothes and shoes and ran out the bedroom, holding her dress in front of her like a towel. She ran around the residence until she found the front door and was able to leave the party. Although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of plaintiff's distress or attempted to help her. Once outside, plaintiff put her clothes back on and left the scene in the dark. Plaintiff attempted to retrace the route taken by the limo driver. She kept running until she reached the gas station she noticed on the way to the party. A female clerk noticed her. You know that if they could corroborate this, man, Jigga is going down. If they could corroborate this, Jigga is going down along with Diddy. Nasty work, fellas. Nasty work. Mm. So anyhow, the gas attendant seen the man and allowed her to use the phone. The plaintiff, she called her father, admitted admitted that she had lied about her whereabouts and asked him to pick her up. Plaintiff's father arrived to pick her up shortly before dawn. After the assault, plaintiff fell into a deep depression which continues to affect her every facet of her life. Plaintiff suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder and seizure disorder caused by stress and trauma. Plaintiff has had difficulty maintaining normal relationships and lives largely withdrawn from society. It's nasty work, man. First cause of action, violation of New York City Victims Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act, all defendants. Plaintiff hereby incorporates each of the foregoing paragraphs as if fully set forth herein by forcing S contact on plaintiff as a minor female defendant. Combs and Carter committed a crime of violence motivated by gender under the Victim of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act, VGMVPA, as defined in New York City Administrative Code. The requirements that the crime of violence be committed because of gender on or the basis of gender and due, at least in part, to animus based on victim's gender is satisfied because defendant Combs and Carter forced minor plaintiff to engage in S interaction without consent. Jane Doe could not effectively consent because of her age. The non-consensual S touching of a minor herein present a serious presented a serious risk of physical injury and in fact caused such injury. Gender animus inheres when consent is absent. Combs' long history of violence and S abuse against women evinces a deep contempt and desire for domination over women. The Combs business established and conspired with Combs and Carter to commit the crime of violence motivated by gender because of Combs and Carter S assaulted plaintiff at a party related to a and related to a referencing Combs' business on information to believe Combs' business routinely committed S assault and gender motivated violence as detailed in other civil lawsuits. A further business purpose of Combs' enterprise given Combs' long-standing pattern and practice of committing S violence against women, the Combs business and or this is just saying all the stuff about his business right here, man. But yeah, man. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. Lost, you start you start hearing these things, man, and they want to make it seem like it's a conspiracy theory to us out here on these, for example, YouTube streets or whatever the case is. Out here in the world, they try to make it seem like, oh, it's a conspiracy, man. And these dudes, man, really, really out here, man, nasty work, diabolical, man. You know, I mean, Jay Z. I mean, now that I think about it, for a while, until Bay really blew up, he wasn't really around her like that. Hmm. Then there's those stories. And it's just so much, man. But like I said, I'm a little under the weather, man. Um, starting to feel a little crummy, man. I'm gonna leave y'all. If y'all watch this later, hit the like button. This was the Jay-Z lawsuit reading. We got that official paperwork. Um, so just hit the like button, man. And again, we was a little long-winded. Forgive us. Um, we're gonna figure these things out. Um, if you're stopping through, subscribe, hit the like button, to help push us in the algorithm. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.